And today's episode of the Riderflex podcast is sponsored by our friends at Ready List Sports. Really love what Chad Freehoff, the CEO, and his team are doing over there. It's an interactive playbook, learning and testing technology designed to drive engagement, comprehension, and safety. If you're a football fan of any age, youth, high school, college, pro, we encourage you to check them out at readylistsports.com. And on today's episode of the Riderflex podcast, hey, what's your core purpose? What's your core purpose in life? I had a friend challenge me with that question. In fact, I've recorded an episode on this topic before, but wanted to discuss it just a little further. I also ask that question to all the guests that come on the Riderflex podcast. Always fascinating to listen to the answers. Thought I'd ask you, the listener, what's your core purpose in life? And I would challenge you to push that beyond the normal answer. What do I mean by normal answer? Here are routine answers to that question when people really haven't thought about it deep enough. People will say, well, my core purpose is to take care of my family. Well, my core purpose is to make the world a better place. Okay, let's all just assume for a minute that those are automatic. Let's set those aside just for a second and push yourself to go a little bit further. If making the world a better place and taking care of your family are 1 and 2, then what's number 3? What's your core purpose in life beyond that? Really, have you thought about it? A friend of mine challenged me with that question back when I was 49 years old. I was getting ready to turn 50. I remember trying to answer it, and I fumbled around, and I think I said something like, make the world a better place or something. And we had a couple of glasses of wine at the time, and we were sitting outside on my friend's back deck, and he just kind of looked at me and said, come on. He's like, yeah, sure, okay. Besides that, what's your real core purpose? I couldn't answer it, and I remember being super frustrated that I was almost 50 years old, and I really didn't truly have a core purpose, and I couldn't put it into a sentence. It took me weeks and weeks to figure that out. I finally did. My core purpose now is to really help people find professional happiness. Now, that's tied to my job a little bit, right? Because I'm the CEO of a recruiting firm, and that's kind of what we do is we hope to help people find professional happiness. And so that's my core purpose in life, really, beyond taking care of my family, of course, and hoping to leave the world in a better place. My core purpose is to help people find professional happiness. What's yours? Have you really thought about it? Have you thought about what your real core purpose is? Why do you wake up every day? Why are you here on this, globe that's spinning around in space? If you haven't challenged yourself on that question, I encourage you to reflect on it, think about it, try to put it in a sentence. And there is your Riderflex tip of the day. The Riderflex podcast features entrepreneurs, business executives, and the stories behind how they got there, as well as daily tips on career advice and job interviews. Our show can be heard just about anywhere these days, but you can visit riderflex.com and click on the podcast page to hear all the previous episodes and learn more about the recruiting and consulting services we provide. Contact us at the email address info@riderflex.com or 888-964-5876. Thanks so much for listening, and if you enjoy our show, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and like the episodes.